Hey guys, so I don't want to make this quick. I think that money is an illusion because they will say, oh, just because it says they make $20 billion, that's just assets. That doesn't mean they have it in cash in their pocket or in their bank account. And it's just like they still make a lot of money. As well, we know Donald Trump has failed many businesses and lost a lot of dollars, but he is still a Donald Trump. Like, there's a book about him written by his psychologist niece. Point is, he failed, and they still give him loans of more money just because they know his name of his family. We have businesses that never pay their bills. Like, there was a article about how Coca-Cola factory doesn't pay their water bill and be like over $200,000 behind. And they can do that. They can just not pay their water bill because they have a history and they have a proven record that they can pay. Whereas if a poor person can't pay a water bill, oh no, everything's shut down. And so it's not about money. It's not about whether rich people actually have money. Money is just a distraction. In fact, they build like the government. They can make it so people work without working for money. It's not it's not even easy to find who has money, because as soon as you say, oh, you make $11 million, well, that's assets. You don't know how much I really make, and that doesn't mean anything. And it's like, if you even make over $500,000, you're already rich. Like, I don't get it. And as well, look at your job. Your job is literally sitting and doing nothing. Like, if you have a job where you can just sit and do nothing, I consider that rich as well. Because some people, they have jobs where they work like 20 different jobs. That whole time they clock into work. They can't be late. They can't be on their phone. They can't have time to even sleep. And they will tell their boss, hey, I have two jobs. You're not my only job. And the boss still puts them on the schedule where they do not have time to sleep. They just have to wake up and go straight to work, and they can't say no because they feel like I have bills to pay. And they believe if I don't pay these bills, I will be punished and I will lose my house. I will lose this, that, and the third. Nobody will help me. Yeah, there's a government, but we know the government systems don't help people, and they're not set up to help people. And I really think that things are set up not in a way to make money. It's more in a way to just be a distraction to people. And it's a very elaborate distraction to make people keep working and taking their minds and their energy. And I really believe that because money is just cotton and linseed. It's just some computer data, and it honestly doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything. You can't eat it. Like, it's very much useless. But we will say, oh, get this credit card. Oh, get this loan. Okay, now you have numbers of debt. And as well, they get to track your spending because you can have a bank account, and now they know you spent this. You went to this store. You did that today. We know your address because you need an address to have a bank account. And a lot of homeless people get left out. And then if you have credit, just to build up good credit, you have to pay for years. Like, if I get a credit card, pay $200, then pay it off, they don't want me to do that. They want me to keep paying every month. And you can't pay up. They want your money every month. And it's like, if you want my money, then I'll just pay it up front. And it's like, no, actually, we want your money every month. And it's like, okay, then this sounds like a scam to make me keep working, going to my job, try to work 70 hours a week, try to work 40 to 70 hours a week, because people, they want as much overtime as possible. And people even get upset when their jobs can't give them overtime. And it's like, people fought for the 8-hour work week. They did. And I believe that was the Haymarket Square in Chicago, Illinois. But there were people protesting, and there were people protesting to have children out of factories. There were people protesting for women to have better working conditions. And now it's like they force people to go back to poor working conditions. They force kids to have to work even when they're young because their parents are still so poor. And they force women to still go back to working jobs that nobody wants to do. And they force like men and everybody, like, it's still the same thing. And that's what I see. Anyway, that's what I see in my life. And I can say that because I know what I experience and what I see as well. I just think that it's not about money, it's deeper than money. And when somebody says it's about race, it's about this, it's about capitalism, I don't think so. I just think it's about, like, I think that's a really big word, and a lot of people, they don't even know what that means. Because I had to research and research just to learn about capitalism. And I feel like it's so weird how people write these books and then they make $10 million off of it. And they live pretty lavish in luxury, and they're high-end professors. Like, do you guys know how hard it is to even sit and go through college to be a professor? Because I don't care, like, people be like, it was so much easier back then. I know people who lived back then and they were still poor. They were still working jobs that couldn't pay their rent. They tried to leave home and they still failed. Like, people act like it was so much better back then, but it was the same trap system that didn't work, and people still couldn't get ahead. People still can't own houses. There are families stuck in generational poverty. I don't know why people want to say go to the past, it was better. It was not. And I do think slavery is still continuing on. It's under a new name. Now it used to be the slave master gives you a house and gives you food and clothing. Now it's like you have to pay for all of that yourself, and you're trapped to pay for that every single month. You have to pay car insurance, car note, house. You have to pay, like, every single bill is every month, and you don't pay it one month. That hurts you as a person, and you can't even buy new things. And that's all I have to say. I hope I clarified myself, but yeah, I don't care about people saying, oh, well, they make $1 million and they just need to give that to the poor. And we know they own houses, they own islands. When the first idea of like money and wealth was not even in money, it was just in the fact that you're a homeowner and you own a lot of land. And then they don't even get the land right. They get poor people to fight and kill things that is on the land. They get poor people to cut down trees. They get poor people to do all the hard work to make the house pretty. And then they sit in it and enjoy it. And that's really how the system works. And then they want a lot of people to not have their minds. And they want them to not take care of their own children. They want people to be dysfunctional, fighting with each other. But as long as, hey, you guys remember to get to work for me, because if we fight each other, now they can send you to prisons, and now you can work and be a slave for free, and nobody gotta ask about you. Or what else could they do? They really don't care. Like, they see people as very disposable. And I just think the system doesn't work, and it doesn't help people, and we know how to help people, we just still don't do it. But I think I still will say the solution, try law of attraction, y'all. Try to just think how change is coming, because this is horrible and nobody's gonna keep living like this. And because I do think believing in a better world helps, and believing that it's here and right now, and not saying that it's somewhere in the future, because we don't have time to wait for the future. So I do think change is happening in this moment. And I think people are seeing the light, and the people who are important, the ones who know, like the ones who are actually on the front lines, working these, again, essential worker jobs, Walmart guys, people who make food, people who grow food, people who actually like help others for free just because they know, hey, you're in need. And yeah, I just think all of that is very essential and important. And I hope that you guys see that there's change occurring in the way that I do, and look for ways that show that there is change happening, because there is. People are tired of like being mistreated, and people are not like, yeah, okay, I'll go to work for this salary, but I know my worth is not defined by the salary, like there's little things you can do and put even in your head, and that's so powerful, and it means something, in my opinion. And I think that's fact. So, as well, yeah, I just think it's a game of stealing people's minds and energy and making them work so that the few can enjoy it. Oh, and I wanted to add that rich people will enjoy something first. Like, they'll come out with a $60,000 purse, and then next thing you know, there'll be a factory making a million purses for cheap, selling it to poor people for like $5 on Shein or like something change in Walmart. Or rich people will have a new car, they'll get that first, even before it comes out. Shoes, they'll get it before it comes out. Computers, phones, and like we know when the first computers came out, they were not the best, but everybody still wanted them. Calculators were just as amazing as a computer. And rich people got it first because it was so expensive. And the rich and powerful got it first. They did. Same with like healthcare, that's like life-saving. The rich people get that first access. And just everything, mansions, lands, rich people get it first. And then they have poor people. Like with America, they sent poor people from like prisons, debtor prisons, the useless people they didn't like. They had them clean up America, and then they decided, okay, I'm gonna build my house here. You guys broke it in, you built your settlement, you were out in this wilderness. Oh, it looked nice. I'm gonna take over now. But I'm gonna make you see, here's your treat. I'm gonna make you my right hand man, and I'm gonna make you a high up official, and you are gonna be waited on sometimes, but you're still not rich as me, so step down. And yeah, people fall into it, people fall for it. And I know, because a lot of people, we have basic needs. We just want, take care of your kids, take care of yourself if you don't have kids, have a nice house, be stable. Oh, give money to your sister. Like, oh, I don't want kids, but I know I have aunts and nieces and people I want to help. I want to give my family a retirement. I'll pay for other people to help them. People have goals like that, and they really want to reach them. And they feel like, you know what, I'm doing something good. And even if I'm not, I don't care. But yeah, I do think the solution is to just think happier and still remember that change is coming and the system isn't working, and people are realizing that, y'all, and it's over. As far as I know, it's over. So bye. I hope you enjoyed this.